Hello, classical families. This presentation is intended to give everyone an overview of the parent handbook. Please note that this presentation does not include all the information in the handbook, so we highly encourage you to also read the handbook that's included in the Jupiter message. To start off, this presentation and the handbook discusses stage 1. So stage 1 is remote only or in-person only instruction beginning September 21st. Stage 1 happens after stage 0. Stage 0 was the beginning of the school year and included only remote instruction. Some quick announcements that are important to note. There will be no school on Monday, September 14th to allow teachers to set up their classrooms. Families can expect to hear from their scholars stage 1 advisor or teacher on September 14th. Given that we're accommodating everyone's preference for remote only or in-person only instruction, we can't guarantee that children will have the same teachers across stages. So you can expect to hear from their new teacher if they do have a new teacher on September 14th. We're also going to host more question and answer sessions about stage 1 during the week of September 14th. The dates, times, and Zoom links are all in the handbook. Over this past weekend, the city also published their academic calendar. So we revised ours to reflect what the city has for their academic calendar, and all this information is in the handbook. Finally, note that scholars must wear full uniform during stage 1, regardless of whether or not they're remote or in person. They must wear full uniform beginning in stage 1 to ensure the experience across our remote and in-person scholars is equitable. This information in this slide is relevant to the families that have chosen remote only. So for remote only instruction during stage 1, the Zoom links and scholar materials are still on the website. Those will be updated before stage 1. We will continue to have scholar material pickup every 2 weeks. The next one is on September 18th from 8 to 4:30 at School 3. We will continue to take attendance for every lesson. So the number of instructional blocks within the grade level schedule is equivalent to an on-site absence. So if there are 7 instructional blocks across the day, right, 7 including math, read aloud, etc., all 7 of those is equivalent to 1 on-site absence or 1 full day of instruction. If your child accumulates the equivalent of 15 unexcused absence without a doctor's note, he or she will be automatically retained into the same grade for the following year. This is the same policy that we've had in years previous. For on-site only families, all of the health and safety measures that we're taking to ensure the safety of our scholars and staff are included in the handbook on pages 17 to 22. All families will also sign a health compact via Jupiter, which goes live on Friday. And this is just committing to the promises and commitments that we're making to ensure the health and safety of our families and staff. Every single day, families will fill out a daily screening questionnaire asking about any symptoms that your child may have or contact with individuals with COVID. If a scholar fails the daily screening questionnaire, they may not come to school, and they must either learn remotely or they can take an absence with an excused doctor's note. Arrival will take place between 7:45 and 8:15 a.m. each day. This is different from in years past that allows a staggered arrival to ensure that we are socially distancing. If a scholar would like to eat breakfast, they should arrive no later than 8:05 a.m. and they will take their breakfast and eat it upstairs in their classroom, again, to allow for social distancing. We are not using the cafeteria for meals. Each class will have a designated dismissal time. That will be somewhere between 3:20 and 4 o'clock. It will be shared with families in a Jupiter message on Monday, September 14th. If you would like to switch your scholar into the remote program, you should reference pages 9 through 10 in the handbook on how to do this. Similar to years past, every attendance is taken every day. If your child accumulates the equivalent of 15 unexcused absences, without a doctor's note, he or she will be automatically retained into the same grade for the following year. Other resources that are included in the handbook for you to review: a directory of who to contact with specific questions, additional services for families including meals, Wi-Fi, counseling, and also scholar services during stage 1. If you have any other additional questions, you should reach out to your scholar's advisor.